That's one problem. What's up, guys? Can you vlog with the Nikon Z6? Let's go. So today we are walking downtown. I have a really big adventure. I'm gonna go get a new jacket. This isn't really gonna be like a photo vlog, but more like just a regular vlog. I'm trying out the new Nikon Z6. So that's what I'm actually hand holding right now. I have the IBIS turned on. So let me know what you guys think about the stability. I'm just walking downtown and filming this. I'm right by the public library here. So downtown Seattle. We're gonna head to H&M. Jacket, exactly the color, everything I wanted. Size small. That was a bust. Moving on. Here's how I set up my camera for video with the user presets. User 1, that's going to be for slow motion. So I set that as 2/50th of a second, ISO auto, 1080p, 24 frames per second times 5, which equals 120. And then I set my user 2 for 50th of a second, 24 frames per second, auto ISO, and that's for when I'm talking and stuff like that. So I can just easily flip back slow motion and then back to talking, just like that. Another little trick I like to use, I know it can be a little weird walking around the city, vlogging, holding a camera, so put on my headphones like when I'm shooting B-roll and put on like a nice beat. Like right now I have Pandora going with RJD2. It's just like good hip-hop type beats, kind of puts you in the flow of, you know, like for me, the videos I like to make kind of have that beat to it, so it kind of puts you in that mindset when you're filming things, like how certain things look in the city and stuff like that. So yeah, just like little tips I like to use. One of the things that I noticed right away that's already bothering me is there is no red blinking light when you hit the record button from this side. So when you're vlogging, it's one thing to not be able to see yourself, but it's another if you don't even know if you're recording. Like I don't even know right now, and I hope I'm in focus. But I'm not too worried about that with the Z6. I've been having a lot of luck so far. I don't know if it's just luck or if Nikon's finally figured it out, but that doesn't seem to be a problem. Another positive note, I've been recording pretty much about an hour now and almost primarily leaving the camera on. The battery life is still doing pretty well. I'm maybe like one tick off, so not bad. I'm just doing short little B-roll shots, so they're only, I don't know, 5 seconds, but pretty good. I don't know what I'm doing, but I came to Pike Place Market on a Saturday. Oh, what's up, dude? This will be a good place to test the low light on the Z6. I'm just gonna put it on auto ISO and let it rip. So footage might look good, footage might look bad. Market's pretty dark, so let's give it a go. I'll also make sure to put the settings of what ISO that I'm gonna be in. This is how tight it is here. Stabilization's doing, but I'm not using a gimbal, so it's actually been really easy to carry this around. I've been pretty surprised. That's positive. Let's get out of here. This is crazy. I'm going home. I gotta get some lunch. Oh my gosh, there's people, too many people everywhere. Wow, look at all that. People everywhere. Let's go. It's lunchtime. Alright, here we go. That was Gumwall, that was the market. That was downtown on a Saturday. That's pretty much everything I don't do, but that's a good test of the Z6. Alright, it's time to head home. Battery life has been really good actually. As much as I've had this camera just on, I think I still have, I don't know, a little more than a quarter battery left, and that's perfectly fine for me because I felt like I filmed a lot. Plus I was kind of all over the place. I started looking for a jacket, and then I ended up trying to film B-roll, do all that other stuff, and I don't know, just kind of lost lost focus. So I'm not really sure with this video. It's mostly just going to be test footage and kind of to see how smooth the slow motion is on this camera. Yeah, super impressed so far. Alright, let's talk about it. Here I am. Nikon finally came through with a mirrorless that's credible. So today was my first day using it. All my last videos, except for a couple, were all shot on the Sony a6300. And that's a great camera. It was a great setup. I had the 10-18 and then the 18-105 lens. That combination was perfect, and I'm super happy with it. But it was time to go to Nikon because all of my photography equipment is Nikon. Between the 800, the 850, and one of the benefits of that, not only having obviously the lenses, but even the batteries and stuff like that all carry over. So that worked out really well to make the switch to Nikon, and it was kind of a no-brainer. I love the fact that I can just pick this up. I just pretty much knew how to use it right away. I mean, the menu system, it's all the same, so I really like that as well. And again, the downside with the Sony stuff was having to continue to carry a whole nother setup. So another body with 2 additional lenses. It just didn't make sense for my whole camera setup. So let's get to it. So right away, one of the biggest things, and I mentioned it earlier, was I hate the fact that you can't see the record button or the record light from the front of the camera. You don't know if you're recording. I don't understand that at all. The autofocus is great. It's been great, but I did notice a couple times while trying to vlog, I don't know if it was the distance, my arm and everything, but it just wasn't catching my face. It was catching people behind me and stuff like that. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but there wasn't many shots that I felt like were ruined because of it. When I was shooting in slow motion, I did feel like it was pretty slow for it to lock on, which only made it worse because when you play back in slow motion, if it's slow to lock on regular time, imagine what that looks like in slow-mo. It wasn't all the time, and I don't think it's an issue. Again, you know, I set up a few things. I didn't really play with the autofocus settings. I did speed up the autofocus. I think I turned it up to a 4 for the speed, so might need to play with that. Again, too, I just shot autofocus continuous and didn't really mess around too much with any of that. The only other setting I did do with the footage, I will be color grading because I set it to the flat profile. So I just throw one of the LUTs that I have on there. Another benefit with this is having the IBIS, so the in-body image stabilization. That's been nice. I didn't have to bring a gimbal or anything today, and I felt like the footage looks pretty good so far. I haven't really gotten into it on the computer, but just on the back of the screen, seems smooth enough walking and stuff. Sure, you still need to be careful, and I did notice when I'm more careful, obviously, you get a better shot. I basically just carried the whole setup on this thing. So this is actually a ball head from a Joby Gorilla Grip, Amazon quick release, and then like a free tripod thing that came with like a gimbal I bought. I'm gonna switch that out for probably like the little Manfrotto one, but carrying this was a nice setup with the camera. It was super light. This popped off real quick when I went into the stores and stuff, so I just didn't have this big bulky thing. So that was great, actually. I kind of like doing that a little more than carrying it on the Gorilla Pod. I'm trying to find something a little more stealth, you know, that you could set this down quickly. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I did notice in some of the YouTube videos, people are complaining about the FTZ adapter. So this guy here, if we can get that to focus. Whoops. So the FTZ adapter, a lot of people were complaining that you have to take off, so when you have like the tripod plate on your camera, you have to actually remove the plate to put this on. So if you're switching lenses with this, that can be quite a nuisance. I don't have that problem. I have an ARCA Swiss plate, so it fits perfect with that. I'll leave a link below. It's like a $10 plate on Amazon. But I did notice a lot of people that were having that problem use Manfrotto, and those plates can be pretty big. I used to use those all the time. Battery life was good. So I pretty much shot all the shots that I really needed for the day. I probably had my camera on for roughly 2 hours. I mean, I'd kind of shut it off periodically, but nothing, no long-term time that it was turned off. And yeah, I got home, I think I had a little over quarter battery left. I probably, if I was like more needing to conserve battery, I definitely would have turned it off when I was walking around the stores and stuff like that. So I didn't really have a concern or feel like there was an issue with battery life. Again, I didn't really film like a long, consistent, you know, like an interview or anything like that, but it performed well. I don't really intend to shoot a lot of photos with this camera, so I can't speak too much to that and how that's going to perform. Like I said, I didn't want to do, this isn't an intention to do a technical review by any means. I just wanted to kind of give a quick first day out, talk about some of the things that I noticed, stuff like that. So actually, I would suggest checking out DP Review, their YouTube channel. That's kind of what sparked my interest even more, was they stacked it up against like the Sony a7 III and the Canon with EOS R. Yeah, and it performed really well, and I kind of already knew I was going to go this route, and that kind of sealed the deal for me. But yeah, they do great reviews, and I would probably check them out if you want to know more of the technical specs. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.